sounded really good. Welcome back to Mud Lake Ranch. Today we're here with the CVA LR-X inline muzzleloader. This one is a 50 caliber muzzleloader featuring a 30-inch nitride treated stainless steel barrel. Although it's available in many color options, I opted for the FDE Cerakote with the black furniture. Towards the rear here, you see it has an adjustable cheek riser. It has the all too familiar break open action located below your trigger here. The speed breech, which is easily removed by hand and takes 209 primers. Up front, this is a rubberized grip. Your grip and your buttstock are rubberized so that they have a great grip. Up front, you'll see it has two sling post mounts, just like their CVA Long Range Hunter. One for your rifle sling and one for your bipod, tripod, or what have you. This one does come with this rubberized sling. It provides a soft, comfortable ride, and it won't slip off your shoulder. It's a non-slip design. It's not even mentioned on the website that it comes with it. In addition to the Cerakote finish on the barrel and the rubberized grip, which both lend to being able to use this in all weather conditions, this barrel is also fluted to allow for quicker heat dissipation, and it is threaded in two locations for iron sights if you choose to use those. Up front, I've mounted a muzzle brake from Anarchy Outdoors. Anarchy Outdoors provided that to the channel. When loading, if you're extending your barrel with a muzzle device of any kind, whether it's a suppressor, a muzzle brake, or a flash compensator of any kind, you're going to want to make sure that your ramrod is sufficiently long enough. Ramrod. This one does not come with a ramrod mounted into the forend like most other muzzleloaders do. You have to carry that independently of your muzzleloader, and the reason for that, according to CVA, is that the free float barrel design allows for longer range accuracy, hence the LR in the name of the LR-X from CVA. The 30-inch barrel is intended to increase velocity and allow you to reach out across the prairie or that bean field to make sure you can make a more accurate shot. Higher velocity, flatter shooting. It's available in 45 and 50 caliber. I opted for 50 cal, and I think that I might be moving to 45 cal on my next muzzleloader for the increased range and trajectory. I've always opted for 50. It just seemed to be what was available when I got into this hunting sport when I was a lot younger. Up top, we've mounted a 3-12 by 42 scope. This is sufficient for most ranges on my property and maybe a little bit further, but we're going to break this in at 100 yards. The scope rings, which are Picatinny mount, are not from Burris. They had sent Weaver mounts, and this is a Pic mount. So I've got optics mounts from Right-On that were too short for the long range scope. The scope actually would contact the barrel. So this gets me down closer to the barrel and allows me to use the pick rail as intended. And the cocking lever has a side post to allow you to cock the gun without having to get underneath the scope. You can cock to the right or the left of the scope. You can move it out to change it to either side if you're a lefty, and simply pull the trigger while releasing the cocked hammer. All right, I think I've covered everything on the gun itself. 30-inch nitride treated stainless steel barrel, 30 inches. This is the longest muzzleloader I currently own. You may not realize how short your muzzleloader is in comparison to my 30-incher. But I also have a CVA Optima that I'll have out here for review in a little while. Now back to the loading thing. If you extend your barrel, you may have to get an additional length of rod to be able to load the pellets or your powder and your projectile, because sometimes the rods, which I haven't checked yet, sometimes the rods when fully loaded only leave you about an inch at the end. So I may have to thread this off to load. I don't intend to do that, but it's gonna possibly be an option. Today we are using 777 pellets from Hodgdon. I am an affiliate of Hodgdon and RCBS, so check those guys out. All the other products seen in this video will be linked at mudlakeranch.com/links. So check that out. We are using CCI 209 Magnum primers. These are shotgun primers, as well as Powerbelt, which is a CVA or Bergara brand or BPI brand. These are 50 caliber, 250 grain, and these are the ELR for extended long range. I opted for the lower end of the bullet weight. I also have 270 grain and 290 grain, I believe, possibly 350 grain, I don't remember. This is the lightest weight grain bullet that I have, and I wanted to sight in with that to see how it shoots, and we'll compare the others in another video. Let's see what's inside the box. I brought the box out here for a reason, because the ramrod is not part of the gun, you got to carry it. So that means you got to carry some other stuff with you too. But with muzzle loading, you've always had to bring something. So here's the rod, and it's a solid one-piece rod. It doesn't break down, so you got that to contend with, as well as this bag for your other stuff. Let's get in there. In the bag, it appears to be a carbon fiber tent stake style ramrod. Now that's cool, and that fits right in this bag, and you can store other stuff in the bag if you choose to, like maybe your pellets or whatever. But this will easily hook on to your pack. It's got some molly strips on the back here, as well as that snapped strap there, so you can have it on the external of your backpack if you wanted to be able to reload while on foot in the mountains. Also included are your CVA X-Treme Series owner's manual and another breech plug. Register your gun for the warranty. So we're shooting ELR, extended long range. They have a very pointed tip. Now if you have a flatter nose tip, your ramrod's not going to matter, your loading point. This is a specific ELR bullet loading tip. It's conical, has a cone shape, so you don't smash the crap out of your ELR tips. And if you're not aware these existed and you're getting poor accuracy, maybe that's why. But with this added to the CVA range rod, I have plenty of length, even with the muzzle device. I can demonstrate here that loaded all the way to there, with 2 pellets and a bullet, it's going to be plenty long enough. Let me check out the rod that was provided for transport, this, which appears to be carbon fiber. I don't know, the product listing does not indicate that. So these do nest, so it's slightly smaller, unlike tent stakes, give you a little bit more support. And without the ELR loading tip, this goes probably long enough on its own as well. This rapid deploy ramrod by CVA is a super added value, because I would bring this as a spare with any of my other muzzleloaders in the field, because it folds up so small. And on one hunting trip, we actually lost the barrel mounted ramrod off of a Wolf muzzleloader. It had rattled loose after reloading, and we lost it tracking a deer. And if you've ever hunted with a muzzleloader, the ramrod's extremely important, especially if you are not with somebody else that has one. So we're going to load this up with the range rod that's included. This is also a high value item. It retails for a significant amount. And I don't remember what it is, but it's not an expensive tool. Our 100-yard target, we've established a perfect 100 yards from the front of our bench to that first target stand. To the left is 200, and they have steel next to them. So if I want to take a shot at steel, I have a 8 to 10 inch disc there. This is the first shot out of this muzzleloader. Also the first shot off this bench ever. Just recently constructed, and we set this range a week ago. All right, I'm gonna aim for the middle of everything, because this scope has not been used yet at all. Let's see what happens. Where are we? magnification. We are all the way up, so let's see if we can see through the scope where we hit. Ideal if we didn't even hit paper, because I was aiming at wood between paper. Let's go check it out. Let's do the 100. Ooh, an e-bike. So my son left the mock wheel while he goes to get me some wood. Look how crooked that seat is. Oh man, he's got to fix that. But anyway, the mock wheel is my e-bike that he's been riding a lot. And he obviously got the seat loose and hasn't tightened it. But that will make my trip back and forth a lot faster. Links to this sucker in the description. I love it. Point of reference, I was shooting for middle of middle, but we landed way down here. So I'm glad I hit the board. We're about a foot left and a foot low of where I was aiming. So we'll make a huge adjustment and see where we land. All right, as discussed, the first shot was low left. We've made a major adjustment now, and we are going to see if we corrected it. I'm going to go to the right target since we were left to begin with, and I'm going to aim at the middle target, middle, left. I gotta get back to the white ots. That sulfur stink is awful. I hit low to the right. I think that should be sufficient. We're gonna try loading 3 without cleaning. See how that goes. You're probably wondering, hey Jared, why you got 2 boxes of 777 out here? Well, I accidentally grabbed a second box. I thought this one had less in it. It's got plenty. You know you're not supposed to touch them with your fingers. Well, I'm going to shoot them in 5 seconds, so it doesn't matter. All right. ELR. I hate wasting these on sighted because I'm pretty sure I'd have gotten close with something else. You can also use a shorter loading jag, but I don't have one. There we go. I also have 2 boxes of primers down here. Nobody shoots 200 freaking muzzleloader shots in a day. Really cool, this rapid deploy ramrod from CVA is really awesome. It is lightweight, feels like carbon fiber, but it literally snaps into place just like that. I feel like a magician here. It's pretty crazy. But they have a beveled area that slides in, spring-loaded like tent stakes, tears down super easy, and packs in here. So that replaces your ramrod that goes underneath the gun, but they also have the solid rabbit. Ta-da! That's pretty cool, huh? Also, I got in the bag your standard loading jag, but you can also use this as a cleaning jag. This is my conical ELR jag, or loading jag, and this can be used as a starter jag, loading jag, or a cleaning jag. So this is what you'd use to patch clean between shots. All right, let's see how we do on this one. All right, this is nice right here. Same target. Oop, got a cocker. I was high on that one. I'm gonna run a patch through this time. See how easy that breech comes out? If you're an old school muzzleloader hunter, you're gonna be like, what? Yeah, my old gun, I had to use a wrench to get this out every single time. I'm gonna push a patch through there, hopefully clean something out, and then we'll reload. I'm trying the plastic tip that came with the ELR bullets after cleaning, and I'm using the carbon fiber sectional rod that has the tent stake situation. That's it. This one's a little bit longer, I think. Yeah, it's got a 1/2 inch on the other one. Even with that tiny tip. I don't have a tool with me to raise that, but I'd like it a little bit higher. The heat off the barrel is actually making it hard to see through the scope after the shot. Oh, I am to the right still, but I'm on the horizontal finally. This seems to be, every time I change it off by, the adjustments seem to make more of an adjustment than the gun says it will. In the wood, you'd have a speed loading device, which makes this a little bit faster. I'll let you dump in all your bullet ingredients. But doing this in a box blind is a little bit harder. All right. Man, I'm confident this is going to be good. Hold on, I got to see if I hit it. That one was low, but good on the vertical. The last one was good on the horizontal, and I still got off. Didn't like the sound of that. No, I never heard it hit the board. I see where it hit. That's the closest I've been. That was, I mean, finally am in the area, and I've run through quite a few bullets here. I'm down to 6, so I've run 9 shots. I think I need to run a cleaning patch down this now. Okay. That was high to the left. If I can get some consistency, I'll be happy. I haven't been consistent, so I'm not going to make any adjustment and see where this one lands. This is about the closest I've been to where I'm trying to shoot yet, and down the 2 XLRs that I brought. I have more at the house that I might have to run back with the e-bike to get. That one was loaded properly. The last one didn't get down all the way. Yeah, I think I had an air gap in a couple of the shots. Last one before I have to go to another box. I gotta go see where those last 2 hit because I have no freaking idea. Well, folks, some mistakes were made. I was not seating the bullets all the way, and I thought I wasn't, and then I just checked the ramrod distance, the distance with pellets, and I was like, yeah, we're way off. And that would contribute to my inconsistency in the accuracy. So we're gonna see where we're at with a properly seated bullet on dead center. You know, it's hot out. I can make some mistakes, it's fine. I don't think I put a, yeah, we need one of those, huh? A little primer. All right, primed up. Kind of hoping it hits the target, so at least I have a starting point again. That sounded really good. Smoke for days. I think I hit high left. Yeah, I'm comfortable with that one. Let's load up another one. A mistake I made was I was not charging it all the way. So with just pellets, it goes all the way to there. That's with pellets. So with the bullet, I should be out to about here, and I was out like to here. Something to look for when you're getting started. So I get the air, little carbon ring, much better load than the previous couple. And that shot hit dead center in the top left. We've gotten a lot closer. We're almost ready to close this thing out. Where do I have a clean target? Upper right looks clean. There we go. You don't like it? You can kiss my... As slow as this process is, I've actually gotten off multiple shots at deer before. Felt good about that one. Wrap this video up. We're running out of ammunition. Should I be able to hit the steel this time at least?
Yeah.
Let's try it. All right, so we went through, at our own fault, we went through quite a few bullets and lots of powder because I wasn't seeding a bunch of them properly. Total rookie mistake, and it's going to cost you if you don't pay attention, I guess. We got it sighted in enough that we should probably be able to kill a deer. We're going to clean the gun up and then come back out and finally zero it. It's hitting low to the left?
Yeah, so I meant like the top right part.
You aim middle, it hits low left.
What?
You aim middle, it hits low and left?
Left like an inch and up like 4 inches. Oh, down 4 inches.
You're hitting high left.
Low left.
You're aiming to the middle.
No, I'm aiming at the middle of the top right target.
Yep.
And it's hitting 4 inches down, 1 to the left.
Oh. Smoked him. That was an 8-inch steel at 100. You said we were off by about 4 inches right now off of 0. So we got a few bullets to get it back on 0, or 2-0 finally. But she's dirty. We've ran 20 some rounds through it. We have patch cleaned in between, but not anywhere near enough. Parker's turn. Let's make some adjustments. Okay, I've grabbed a fresh single target. I've cleaned the muzzleloader, and I'm going to do a 5-shot group because now that I've cleaned the bore of this muzzleloader, I expect to have more accuracy, and we did have consistent shots at the end, and we know our loading depth. Before we were kind of all over the place, and that's our fault. I'm going to make an adjustment based on the two that are almost touching because that makes the most sense. That's what we're looking for there. We had a couple of outliers, and those are 1, 2, 3, 4 inches off to the left. I'm going to do a couple more groups, but that's a confidence builder right there. Tear down of this gun. The takedown for cleaning is ridiculously easy. Break the gun open like so. On the bottom of the handguard, there's a little lever. Let's make sure I don't drop this thing into a million pieces like I did yesterday. The handguard comes off. Set that aside. Forend comes off, and then your buttstock comes off. And then all you have to do to clean is have your breech plug out, and you can clean your barrel independent of the entire gun. And in between the this video and yesterday's video, I cleaned this with hot water. I heated up a tea kettle, poured it through, ran a couple brushes through it, and it was back to immaculate condition. The water was hot enough that it dried extremely fast, and your reassembly is just as easy. Take your buttstock and receiver over this lever here. You lock that into place. And take your foregrip, insert it into the appropriate position, pull your lever, and that easy, you're back reassembled. Wicked takedown design both for cleaning and for transportation, because you can break down this extremely long gun into its 30-inch barrel and shorten up your package. I've set a new target, freshie. We're gonna go shoot another 3-round group, see how that hits. We've made the adjustment from yesterday, but I forgot to set the camera down there, so I did my 200-yard down and back, and now I have to bring the camera back down there. So I did not bring the e-bike because I brought the truck to bring all the guns, and I forgot that I don't have anybody with me to bring the e-bike. But the e-bike would have made this trip a lot quicker, but I could use the walk, couldn't I? Once that dust settles, I'll be able to tell where I hit. You know, I never did make the adjustments I said I was going to make. I think that was a good shot. Let's see. We got one more left because this is the last pellet in this 777 box. There's something painful about running out of this. I don't know how much it is now, but when that one's labeled 40 bucks, but that's a few years old. I haven't hunted with a muzzleloader in probably 5 years. I really got into crossbow hunting. bring the drone back. All right, so we finally got one in the heart of the bullseye. So I'm confident we got the right adjustments now. One of them was a little off, and that could be me anticipating recoil or something. But we're gonna take a few more. I said I was done, but I've got another box of 100 pellets, so why not? That one felt great. Got a fleet of helicopters from Fort Drum flying over. It's actually pretty cool. I should. Hopefully you can see those on camera. All right, let's take her easy. The last two, I felt good about the shots, but the heat off the barrel is making it hard for me to see through, see what impact points are on the target. Could be good news, could be in the whites. I'm bleeding. All right, we're gonna wrap this review up right now. The CVA Cascade LR-X, long range hunting muzzleloader from CVA. We've had it out the range for quite a few hours now. As you can see, the sun has changed significantly. My tan has increased significantly, and my ammunition pile has decreased significantly. But a few errors on our part, my part, sightness, and I didn't realize I wasn't getting full charges or fully compressing powder and bullet at some point. And that was throwing me off all over the place until I actually paid attention. So forgive me. It's been a few years since I've muzzleloader hunted because I've not been able to. My previous muzzleloader was neglected, and I've been opting for crossbow and archery. So final thoughts on the CVA Accura LR-X. This thing is fantastic. I love the Cerakote finish. I love the rubberized grip. I love that it comes fixed with the Picatinny rail. You do have the option for a ghost ring type sight, or it is drilled and tapped, and you can get a scope pre-mounted. Those are out of stock currently, but I'm sure they'll be back. Love that it comes with the sling. Love that it comes with the cheek riser, and they don't really brag about any of that on the site, which is interesting. The speed breach, we are at 20, 5, 10, 15. We are at 19, 20 rounds, and speed breach runs super smooth. If you are a muzzleloader hunted with an older muzzleloader, you would be just blown away at how easily this thing unthreads from the gun. As you can see, it's still smoking. Standard 209 primers, they burn hot. Instant ignition, and the long 30-inch barrel providing adequate speed and accuracy out to distances. Once we get this thing 100% dialed in at 100, right now we are in the ballpark. And that's where, if you watch this channel, that's about where I land, ballpark. I had to have my son come out here and take a few shots with me, and he was hitting just fine, as was I. We were off by a couple inches, as to be expected. Now, love the Anarchy Outdoors muzzle brake. This is a, I don't know what you call it, a radial brake, but it's got dissipation all the way around. Help clear out that smoke plume a little earlier. CVA does recommend using white hots. We are using 777. White hots or buckhorn are going to give you a much cleaner shoot, less sulfur stink, and you'll have less smoke and easier cleanup. Black powder does clean up okay with soap and water, and you can clean the buckhorn and I believe the white hots as well with your standard petroleum-based gun cleaning equipment that we all know and love. So kudos to CVA on this gun. Practicality score for what it is: long range hunting application muzzleloader, barrel length sufficient. The rubberized grip is suitable for hunting, given it's going to be better grip for wet conditions than other synthetic stocks. I love a rubberized grip. It's like an all-weather situation, this all-weather setup here. Functionality wise, operates like all other modern inline muzzleloaders with the easy brake action. I love the speed breach, that's fantastic. I believe they have a alternate ignition system available for this thing, but I'm not positive. Love the Picatinny rail up front. Practicality score for muzzleloader hunting, I'm gonna give it a 9.2. I haven't had a better muzzleloader in my hands, but I'm sure there's something out there that might, get my interest. 9.2 on practicality. Accuracy, it brags of accuracy, so maybe it's just us. I need to get this gun cleaned up. We're not perfect yet. We never have been perfect, and probably never will be. Accuracy, I'm gonna give it a 8. Hopefully we get this thing back out here and we can tell you, holy crap, we were terrible before, it's our fault. Could be the scope. No, Burris did a great job. I could use more magnification, that's for sure. Even at 100, this is 4 to 12 by 42, 3 to 12 by 42. I'm used to higher magnifications when shooting at distances 100 and further, so that could be part of a contributing factor to my lack of perfection out there. We'll get some more rounds through this thing. Gonna have to adjust my accuracy score now. It's hitting within an inch. That is 3 shots in an inch. We're inching closer to the bullseye here, and this one, it literally hit in the same spot as that one. We just started on this new target, so we're gonna make an adjustment to get back to there. We're gonna do it, and we're gonna have to adjust my accuracy score because I already wrapped this video up. Coolness factor. This is pretty cool for muzzleloader. Loving the cheek riser, loving the Picatinny rail, loving the FDE Cerakote and the rubberized grip. This wasn't on it, but if you add the Anarchy Outdoors muzzle brake, you increase your coolness factor by a good 0.25, no problem. So Anarchy Outdoors, thank you for the muzzle brake. CVA, thank you for the muzzleloader, and thank you to Burris for topping this with an optic coolness factor. It is still a black powder gun, so we're gonna go black powder coolness factor 8.5, regular gun coolness factor 7 because you're not a regular gun. But for muzzleloaders, this thing is hot. This is a cool gun. What'd I give it? 8.9 coolness factor for muzzleloaders only. Thank you for watching this episode of Mud Lake Ranch. If you found this video useful, helpful, or interesting, please hit that thumbs up and subscribe.